I'm very honoured to be a part of the Duncairn Virtual Cabaret, put together by Ray Giffen and the incredible people of Duncairn Arts Centre in Belfast. I wanted to be a part of this project because music is a fantastic way of bringing people together. It's good for the soul. Myself, along with many other musicians and music industry people, are struggling at the minute. We have no gigs, very little work, trying to stay creative, but as I say, it's great to be a part of this, and I would like to encourage people to donate to all the superb musicians taking part in this project. It's just fabulous. I'm going to start you off with a few tunes I recorded with a great friend of mine and one of the best banjo players in the world from Nashville, a man called Ron Block. This is a couple of tunes off an album we made called Banjophony, and there's two tunes, Trip to Portugal and Giuseppe's. Here we go.
Well, as the old proverb says, "Tu smoil yad na hibra," a good start is half the work, and that was more than just a good start from Damien, from Ron and from the lads, and you'll be delighted to know, I'm sure, that they'll be back in the second half of the show this evening. My name is Conor Caldwell. I'm delighted to be back co-hosting this 4th episode of the Duncairn's virtual cabaret experience, streaming all across the globe this evening from right here in BT15, the wonderful North Belfast, and that's where I am talking to you this evening, as is my co-host Lynette Fay, and she'll be along in just a moment. We promised we'd be with you the whole of April, and we have fulfilled, I hope, that promise. And we might have some exciting news about the future of the virtual cabaret coming up a bit later in the show. But Lynette, last week you were chatting to me about wanting to sing a song or something, and whatever happened to that audition tape?
Well, Conor, I almost sent it to you, and then I thought, just wouldn't be fair, because it would be too good and that wouldn't be fair on everybody else. So we'll keep my singing for a very, very special occasion. Meanwhile, hello everybody, welcome to this evening's cabaret. Can you believe it is week 4? And tonight, for the next hour and a half or so, we have another lineup of absolute world-class artists, all homegrown and coming to you from all corners of the earth, from their front rooms, from their back rooms, from their kitchens, from their gardens, and we're delighted to have their company. We want to give all this music as big a platform as possible, so get tweeting during tonight's performances, please. Hashtag Duncairn Cabaret, and let's spread the word about this wonderful project and about the amazing talent as well that's being showcased. We have a game of 2 halves for you tonight, so both halves are equally as good, by the way. So we'll go to the break and then you'll hear from me and Conor again, and then we'll have the second half of this evening's show. That's the way that'll work, so you can maybe schedule your toilet breaks and all that around that. Tonight, coming up this half hour, we have the likes of Inni-K, Alan Doherty, along with Tola, Crusty, Gerry, Paul and Cormac Crummey are all playing together, how they've managed that. We also will hear from Laura Kerr and Donogh Hennessy, from Stephen James Smith, Ryan Molloy is in there, and also a performance from Dónal O'Connor, who lives at the foot of the Cave Hill here in North Belfast. So it's lovely to have all the homegrown talent here as well as other people who come to the Duncairn on a regular basis. But first, to a member of Dublin band Skipper's Alley, who's making a solo appearance tonight, and to be honest, it looks like he's been in lockdown for quite some time. This is John Francis Flynn.
Couldn't understand one word he said, which are too raya. Father da, whack, father diddle, father dido. Well, up comes Damien out any legs, and in their place he had 2 wooden pegs. Well, was he walking across the sea, or your 2 fine legs on the knees and away, which are too raya. Father da, whack, father diddle, father dido. Where does idiot not to run away from the Frenchman shoot with you to raya. Father da, whack, father diddle, father dido. I was neither drunk nor neither blind when I left my 2 fine legs behind. When up came a bloody grey cannonball, took away me sea blue toils, skins and all with you to raya. Father da, whack, father diddle, father dido. Oh, Timmy boy, his mother cried, them 2 fine legs as your mammy's bride. Them stumps of a tree wouldn't do at all, get her right to run away from the big cannonball, with your 2 raya. Father da, whack, father diddle, father dido. And now I cross the lake in Maine to the Punion Bonaparte and the Queen of Spain, and I will make them rue the time that they took away the legs of a child of mine, with your 2 raya. Father da, whack, father diddle, father dido, with your 2 raya. Father da, father diddle, father dido. Ooh.
Yeah, it's a tough one to play after a run. We're just out for a run now, just in for a run. Put the shorts on. These times, here's the Peace Lily. Just drinking me wine there. Yeah, these times it's important to get out of the gaff and start exercising. Of course, all times it's good to get out of the gaff and start exercising.
I'm going to sing you two Porsche de Bale now, two mouth music songs from Scotland. They're Ngalach na Holban. I got them from the singing of Kirsty Primrose many years ago and have been singing them ever since. So hope you enjoy them. The first one is a walking song. Walking is being the word used for making tweed, spelled with a U. And the second song is a dance song. Evie avi uvi avi shin the love of Orichanich. Evie avi uvi avi shin the love of Orag. Evie avi uvi avi shin the love of Orichanich. Evie avi uvi avi shin the love of Orag. Janen steina chwala mi chator mi fuad of Orichanich. Janen steina chwala mi chator mi fuad of Orag. Janen steina chwala mi chator mi fuad of Orag. Janen steina chwala mi chator mi fuad of Orag. Evie avi uvi avi shin the love of Orichanich. Evie avi uvi avi shin the love of Orag. Evie avi uvi avi shin the love of Orichanich. Janen steina chwala mi chator mi fuad of Orag. Dónal O'Connor knock the door of Orichanich. Dónal O'Connor knock the door of Orag. Dónal O'Connor knock the door of Orichanich. Dónal O'Connor knock the door of Orag. Evie avi uvi avi shin the love of Orichanich. Evie avi uvi avi shin the love of Orag. Evie avi uvi avi shin the love of Orichanich. Dónal O'Connor the toy of Orag. Shimmer at high ram yaman heen man yanan banish. Shimmer at high ram yaman heen man bossing. Shimmer at high ram yaman heen man yanan banish. Shimmer at high ram yaman heen man bossing. Evie avi uvi avi shin the love of Orichanich. Evie avi uvi avi shin the love of Orag. Evie avi uvi avi shin the love of Orichanich. Shimmer at high ram yaman heen man bossing. Evie at the ooh de la navy at the ritarua. Evie at the ooh de la navy at the ritarua. Kimeridish menins Jesus and rather. Kimeridish menins scattered around the orlar. Kimeridish menins Jesus and rather. Kimeridish menins scattered around the orlar. Evie at the ooh de la navy at the ritarua. Evie at the ooh de la navy at the ritarua. Shimmerot on the me, shimmer the rainy, shimmerot on the me, moyer fan the high, shimmerot on the me, shimmer the rainy, shimmerot on the me, moyer fan the high, Honamina cut again, cut again, cut again, Honamina cut again, like you're out the mile, Honamina cut again, cut again, cut again, Honamina cut again, like you're out the mile, Evie at the ooh, I the navy at the ritarua, Evie at the ooh, I the navy at the ritarua, Honamina pish again, pish again, pish again. Honamina pish again, her spirit smack on either. Honamina pish again, pish again, pish again. Honamina pish again, her spirit smack on either. Evie at the ooh, I the navy at the ritarua. Evie at the ooh, I the navy at the ritarua. Evie at the ooh, I the navy at the ritarua. Evie at the ooh, I the navy at the ritarua.
So what I propose to do anyway is Ray has asked me to say some poems, so I'm going to say two and then I'm going to ask you some questions. Yeah, what else? Yeah, just thanks for having me to be part of this. I'm looking forward to seeing who else is part of it. The virtual cabaret is a lovely idea to maintain links with the artistic community and the community in general. I know the Duncairn Art Centre is a great spot for people to meet, and very curious people, which I really enjoy going along and being interrogated, and I also do a bit of the interrogating too. In fact, one of the other things, Ray, I haven't forgotten about it, all right? This is some of the work from the last time I was up. I did the 100 Club a few months ago, and in fact the first poem that I'm going to read links into that a little bit. The night was called We Must Create, and what I did was I got the audience to sort of crowdsource a poem. So that's the writing from the room that evening from 100 people. I've transcribed half of it. I have to transcribe the rest, but don't worry, I haven't forgotten and will get done. It is in my drawer there. And yeah, so anyway, I will read that poem, We Must Create. It's from this little pamphlet. We must create to know who we can be. I say this for you. I say this for me. We must create to know who we can be. Early beginnings, heartbeat, warmth, a new first breath, eyes open, a new point of view, hands touch, ears hear, clocks ticking, I am who. We must create to know who we can be. Screaming out from within with the voice here, a note floating on air, lulling the fear, melody all around this atmosphere. We must create to know who we can be. Here in truth, an onomatopoeia, boom boom bell zooms up while playing with grandpa, while cookie cook and baking for grandma. We must create to know who we can be. There are creative accountants, CVs, Tinder profiles where you look the bee's knees, but best not to force it, it comes with ease. We must create to know who we can be. From scrawling with crayons to Lego bricks, from knitting needles, soft textile fabrics to air guitar and El Jimi Hendrix, we must create to know who we can be. We heard a song sung, it helped ease the pain. We didn't feel so lonesome as we sang the refrain. We forgot that feeling until we heard it again. We must create to know who we can be. From nursery rhymes to white-collar crimes, what have you to say in uncertain times? Have you the chance to change the paradigms? We must create to know who we can be. Do you remember the time you heard an opening allegro, or when that beat dropped and how it made your head go? Some things make no sense unless you're in flow. We must create to know who we can be. You may rise then fall, or fall then rise. An arc of a story contains no surprise, but how you tell it, therein the art lies. We must create to know who we can be. If you do it for the money, you'll be called a fraud. If you think you're great company and you might be God, delusions of grandeur aren't that odd. We must create to know who we can be. There's all sorts of forms, disciplines, levels to challenge yourself in the intervals where you'll find rivals and reasons for approvals. We must create to know who we can be. If it saved you from yourself and now there's no other way, it doesn't matter how it moved you. Welcome to the ballet. You've just found the peak of Parnassus. Fair play. We must create to know who we can be. I say this for you. I say this for me. We must create to know who we can be.
You must be your own life raft sometime. Pick yourself off the ground, will you? Pick yourself up and look towards the stratosphere. Never went to college, never liked the buzz. Beards and orange jumpers, girls and Molly Ringwald duds. Joined the Linden Village people drinking down the lines. But I ran out of options in a very short space of time. Never went to uni, never visualised. Subsidised books in secondary school, my almanac short time. Never realised a thing about the working class. You don't sound a certain way, they see you as an ass. Now they see me coming, the Human Resources Club. See it in the faces, that man's a shell-shock club. See the way I move like Armstrong on the moon. See it in their irises like me, the clown of you. But you must be your own life raft sometimes. The biggest weapon of all is the centre of your mind. You must find a way not to fall into despair. and don't let life go waltzing on your head. You must be your own life raft sometimes. You must be your own life raft sometimes. Yeah. Ha! Sometimes I get jealous, people do better than me. Sometimes all I see is no opportunity. But you never know what's going on in the next man's life. 47 poltergeists might chase him through the night. Look at Harvey Weinstein, look at Shawnee Quinn. Thought they were unstoppable, back down to earth again. So let them see me coming, sarcasm dripping there. As long as I've music in the skull, I won't fall in the snare. Cause you must be your own life raft sometimes. The biggest weapon of all is the center of your mind. You must find a way not to fall into despair. And don't let life go waltzing on your head. You must be your own life raft sometimes. You must be your own life raft sometimes, yeah. And don't let life go waltzing on your head. You must be your own life raft sometimes. Thank you very much. Have a happy life. And don't let the virus destroy your head and your heart. Keep on keeping on. This is Jinx Lennon.
Because we have what they have not, my children, because they want what we have got.
Because we have what they have not, because they want what we have got. The enemy is poverty, and the wall keeps out the enemy. We build a wall to keep us free. That's why we build a wall to keep us
What do we have that they should want? My children, What do we have that they should want?
What do we have that they should want? We have a wall to work upon, or we have work and they have none. And our work is never done, my children, and the war is never won. The enemy is poverty, and the wall keeps out the enemy. We build a wall to keep us free, that's why we build a wall to keep us free. We build a wall to keep us
We're here in North Belfast with the beautiful Cave Hill mountain here as a backdrop, which we're very lucky to have, and it inspires me on walks and rambles up there to think of some music. So I'm going to play a tune that I wrote, which I named after Ben Madigan, or Ben Madigan. And Madigan was a 9th century king who ruled the Ullad, the people who came here first. And this is it's a kind of a reel, I suppose, and it's called Ben Madigan. Thanks very much for tuning in. That's a tune that's going to feature on a new album, which we hope to release with a new band called Gwilym, and it features the brilliant Galician piper Ancha Lorenzo, the great Cork guitarist Jim Murray, and the brilliant County Clare concertina player Jack Talty. And we were very fortunate to tour together in January for Music Network around Ireland, and we've plans to release a recording in the future, so keep an eye out for that. Gur céad míle maigh Tóra Giara agus Bígí Slán. Amor.
I'm quarantined up here in Catskill, New York, and I figured I'd start out with something a little lighter hearted. This is a song I wrote. We did a show with Mick Flannery here in Upstate, and the Six Nations was happening, and I had a lot of Irish. I have a bit of an infatuation with Mr. Brian O'Driscoll, and I hadn't been around any Irish people in a while. So anyway, this is a little lighthearted to start us off. And I wanna live, I wanna love, and I wanna lie down. And I don't wanna be another coward and double back. Well, I wanna be someone you're proud of. Woke up on Gerry's floor this morning. My shoes still tied to my feet. He came downstairs, he was half awake. He said, Connor, did you fancy going fishing today? So we packed up the car and we drove to the lake. We caught nothing, got stoned and watched Monty Python for the rest of the day. And I wanna live, and I wanna love, and I wanna lie down. But last night we went down to the Falcon to see the big man himself, Mr. Flannery. We took the stage about 8:30. Lee played the drums and Brandon, he manned the bass. And singing songs about his kids and devotion, and kicking back on a boat in the middle of the Mediterranean Ocean. And I wanna live, and I wanna love, and I wanna lie down. And I don't wanna be another coward and double back. Well, I wanna be someone you're proud of. John Alamo, he was the king of 95. When he steamrolled my Cats, he was playing fullback. See, when I was a kid, you know, I used to run on the grass in front of the house till my mom called me home. And I'd pretend that I was Brian O'Driscoll, and I was darting between the defense like a butterfly. I danced as the sun came sinking down. And I wanna live, I wanna love, and I wanna lie down. But Jesus Christ, I didn't sleep last night. I need my duvet back.
This is all very weird, isn't it? But then again, the times that we live in are weird. Thank you very much for joining me in my, I don't know what you would call this, the dump. This is where I reside normally. It's where the piano is, where there's a pile of books and CDs and random things, and where occasionally I get a bit of work done. Thanks for joining me here. I'm delighted to be broadcasting in your respective dwelling places this evening at the request of Ray and Connor and all the Duncairn. So thanks for having me, and I hope you enjoy these couple of tunes that I'm going to play for you, and that you all stay safe and sane and sanitised. So these are the Battering Ram and Lucy Fires, and they come from my piano album Pianophony. That was released last November. It's available on my Bandcamp page if you're interested in purchasing it. Before or after you listen to this, of course. Or Pianophony, as I like to call it, because that's a true reflection of me and obviously my current ability to speak English. So, Tabron Aram, Sin. So, show the finish the Battering Ram agus Lucy Fires. And that is recording. It is. This is totally not. I'm not used to this. Anyway. There you go.
So I wanted to sing something that was inspired by traditional Irish musicians in the series, and I particularly enjoyed the use of drones in traditional song, and I wanted to sing something that was lyrically about community and tolerance. So I'm going to sing Everyday People by Sly and the Family Stone, and I hope you enjoy it. Sometimes I'm right, sometimes I'm wrong. you're the banker, the drummer, and then makes no difference what group I'm in. I am everyday people. There is a blue one that won't accept the green one, for living with the fat one, trying to be a skinny one. Different strokes for different folks, and so on and so on, and Scooby-Dooby-Doo. Ooh, sha-sha. Ooh, sha-sha. We gotta live together. I am no better, and neither are you. We are the same, whatever we do. Love me and hate me, and know me and then makes no difference what group I'm in. I am everyday people. And there is a long hair who won't accept the short hair, for being such a rich one will not help the poor one. Different strokes for different folks, and so on and so on, and Scooby-Dooby-Doo. Ooh, sha-sha. Ooh, sha-sha. We gotta live together. And there is a yellow one who won't accept the black one, who won't accept the red one, who won't accept the white one. Different strokes for different folks, and so on and so on, and Scooby-Dooby-Doo. Ooh, sha-sha. Ooh, sha-sha. Sha-sha. I am everyday people. I
Shwmai, Gwilym, Bowen, Rhys ydw I. Gobeithio bod chi gyd yn cadw'n iawn. Hello, my name is Gwilym, Bowen, Rhys, coming to you here from Bethesda in North Wales. I'm very happy to be a part of this wonderful project. The Duncairn is doing a great job at facilitating creativity in these testing times. So if you can donate, that would be highly appreciated. Now I'm going to sing you some old Welsh songs, and I'm going to begin with a very popular song here in Wales. It could be called our national blues song. It's everything is going wrong in this song. Mary Ann has hurt her finger. David, the farmhand, is feeling poorly. The baby is wailing and crying, and the cat has scratched Johnny's ass. So here we are. Sosban bach. Mae bys Mary Ann wedi brifo, a Dafydd y gwas ddim yn iach. Mae'r baban yn y cryd yn crio, a'r Gareth wedi scrapo Johnny bach. Sosban bach yn berwi ar y tân, sosban fawr yn berwi ar y llawr, a'r Gareth wedi scrapo Johnny bach. Dau bach y soldiwr, dau bach y soldiwr, dau bach y soldiwr a chwtei grys emas. Sosban bach yn berwi ar y tân, sosban fawr yn berwi ar y llawr, a'r Gareth wedi scrapo Johnny bach. Mae bys Mary Ann wedi gwella, a Dafydd y gwas yn ei fedd. Mae'r baban yn y cryd wedi tyfu, a'r Gareth wedi huno yn ei hedd. Sosban bach yn berwi ar y tân, sosban fawr yn berwi ar y llawr, a'r Gareth wedi scrapo Johnny bach. Sosban bach yn berwi ar y tân, sosban fawr yn berwi ar y llawr, a'r Gareth wedi scrapo Johnny bach.
Míle buíochas le Gwilym, Bowen, Rhys. That's our first contributor from Wales to the Duncairn virtual cabaret. Fantastic. It's great that we're reaching out to so many places and that artists from all over are getting in touch with us, and it just adds to the experience here on a Saturday night. This is week 4 and we've had such a range of music and spoken word thus far, and it is set to continue. We're at half time in tonight's performances and more brilliance is still to come. And in the words of Stephen James Smith there, I suppose he said, we must create to know who we can be. So thanks to everyone who has created, who has taken the time to send something to us for inclusion in the Duncairn Cabaret. And you'll see some of the artists again in the second half of tonight's broadcast, and some artists will be introduced in the second half as well. So it's half time. Many of you out there are reaching for another drink. I know I am. It's time for a team talk, folks. So if you're enjoying this, if you're sitting back and saying, isn't this great, love this on a Saturday night, well, we need you to donate, and no donation is too small. So even if everyone watching donated £1, £1 each, that would make a huge difference, and we couldn't have made it easier for you to do that. Just log on to theduncairn.com and you will press the image for the virtual cabaret and you'll see all the ways to donate there. There's any amount of them, so please, please, please get on there, donate. We're all in this together, and let's show the support for the artists when the gig economy has completely collapsed, and so has their income for the foreseeable future. Now we have another half hour or so of brilliant music to come, even more than that. It's over to Conor Caldwell. He has all the details. Conor.
Well, Lynette, as you rightly say, we're about to send the teams back onto the field for the second half, and we're going to start the second half in the company of Cormac Neeson, a proud son of Belfast, perhaps best known for his work with the group The Answer, who toured all around the world in the last 10 or 15 years. He's been involved in so many other musical projects as well, a dizzying array of projects that are all well worth checking out, including the Unholy Gospel Band, who I managed to catch at Stendhal last summer. Now, anyone who was at that festival, including yourself, Lynette, will remember it was one of the worst days of weather that you can possibly imagine, one of the wettest days I've ever been outside for a musical performance. Myself and Ray were huddled under a tarpaulin at one stage trying to catch Lisa O'Neill up in the far corner. But once Cormac Neeson and his band started on the main stage, we soon forgot about that and we enjoyed the rest of the day. So please sit back in the comfort of your own home, no less, and enjoy Cormac Neeson.
Hey everybody, how's it going? My name's Cormac Neeson. Absolute pleasure to be part of the Duncairn Cabaret in these weird times we're living in. I hope everybody's looking after each other and keeping the spirits up, and I suppose just, if you can, just enjoy the world, slowing down for once in our existence, you know, and try and make the most of it. This is a song that is all about home. It's from my record White Feather, and it's called Home to Me. Hope you enjoy it. Taste of the fall rolling over the mountain, the sweet morning whisper of the September breeze, the sound of the ocean as it kisses the shoreline. Baby, you're home to me. The moment the soil feels the rain on its shoulders, the changing of colors that usher in spring, the crisp morning dew that greets me at sunrise. Baby, you're home to me. Of a forest at midnight, a spot on the hillside where lovers can dream, the church in the valley where lost souls are welcome. Baby, you're home to me. Home to me. Coming together, a sense of no sinners, the noble pursuit of one common dream, the pub where we raise up our glasses to freedom. Baby, you're home to me. Home
Oh, to have another pair of eyes, for a different perspective and ways of seeing this world. What colour would yours be? Mine. A greeny blue, a hue not lost on you. Teenage trauma led to a black eye and an eventual cataract, blurring my vision and depth of field. Ironic. Poets are meant to be prophetic, but I didn't notice that punch coming, nor did I expect to be knocked by the answer to my question. Would you like grandchildren? I asked my father. I would like a daughter, he said. And with that, a loss I never knew existed, my unknown skin and blister, a sister, a figment of imagination, a regret, an unborn sibling, one to rival with, be the apple of his eye no matter how hard I'd try. So I write this for you, sister, on this saintly day. So I'll call you Bridget, Mary of the Gales, goddess of poetry, yarner of tales, singer of spring, druidess of oak, holy fire smoke, teach me of brotherhood, sorority, take anything you want from me. I don't remember how we first met, because it never happened. But did you hide my bike, help me with homework, push me off the tree? Was I overbearing with my love, protecting you from your partner? Did I do unspeakable deeds when you told me what they'd done? Or was I overjoyed at being the godfather to your first son, making me an uncle? Would I make you an aunt? Who was told first, or were we both there when cancer was uttered? Did we take it in turns going to the hospital? Were you younger or older, I the pupil or the master? I'd selfishly rather die first than read at your funeral. Are you pagan in tradition, shining embolic colours, white and silver for snow and ice, pale gold for the passing winter sun, jade green for the first flowers of spring, garnet red for the lambs to be born, amethyst for protection and the birthstone of February? With the sun's growing strength, you brightened each day. And here, you found me, halfway between the solstice and equinox. I'm a straw boy to your cross, and I sense your healing at this time of rebirth you've been born, revealing my blind ignorance. Sister, now I find all we have is the imagination to play happy families in the mind. One thing's for sure, though. I know you'd be kind.
I was reading this earlier on, the public information booklet, but it's great, it's full of all sorts of things, but it actually doubles up as a piano player if you're stuck. If you need someone to play synths, and you just give it a lash of that. You're saying give it a lash a lot. Don't usually say that, but go on. Fine young man, he was indeed mounted on his milk white steed. He rode himself all alone until he came to the region. Good morning to you, my pretty fair maid, and rise good morning, so she said. Gave her a wing tree Don't you think those books are very a pretty little place for us to play? Follow me like a sweet young thing, and I'll give you my golden ring. He's taking off his ring of gold, my pretty little miss, to this behold. I freely give it for your maiden hand, her cheeks they blush like the roses red.
This one I have written specifically for this project, as yet unnamed. It started as a normal love song, but it ended up being a love song for my friends, I suppose, and kind of about how you can't get through things without people you care about, you know. There seems to be a lot of pressure these days in the musical community to write really cool lyrics, you know. Have them pack a punch with saying very little and just make them generally cool, if you know what I mean. But to tell you the truth, in these times, especially what we're going through now, I think that we need to forget that and write honestly and really show how much we care and exude that passion that we all feel within for each other. So with that in mind, this song is probably super cheesy, but it is really what I mean, you know. It's quite short, quite rough and ready. Yeah, maybe someone of you watching this will be able to help me name it. There's some part of my peace of mind that belongs just to you, a place where all my strength can spring to life. So if sometimes you're stuck spinning round this carousel called life, know that you can rest here in my mind. When all but dour musings seem to rattle round your head, the favour you have done me is returned. Without meaning to sound sappy, sentimental or obtuse, I'm nothing without you all telling me that I'll be grand. We're nothing without the love we all take for granted. So I keep laughing. If heaven opens up for me and I go there without you, then what's the point in passing through those gates? I'll be forever grateful for the friends along the way, and hope that I can make you feel the same.
Things. So I'm going to play a piece of music that I learned from the Galician piper Ancho Lorenzo from a place called Moana in Galicia, and it's a tune that he that comes from Venezuela in South America, and when Ancho told me this was a Venezuelan piece, I imagined that he learned this in some bodega in the heart of Venezuela, with you know, a fantastic atmosphere, South American atmosphere, and a great vibe, and all the drink and crack that goes with that. However, he later informed me that he learnt this in Cavan. So from Venezuela to Cavan to North Belfast and to beautiful Banwadigan, which is behind us here, or Cave Hill. So this is called La Partida.
This next one is an old love song. It's called Tra Bo Dau, which means whilst there are two. Mae'r honna gar fy nghalon ni ymhellodd i yma'n byw a hiraeth am ei gweled hi am gwnaed yn llwyd fy lliw cyfoeth ni diw ond o feredd glendid ni diw yn ond cariad pyr sydd fel y dyr yn para trafod o'r dewis har ddewisais i oedd dewis Lloyd yslan a chyn bydd difar gen i fi o'r hewin Aoife cyfoeth ni ddiw ond o feredd glendid ni diw yn ond cariad pyr sydd fel y dyr yn para
Damien O'Kane again. I am going to perform a song this time with my wife, the one and only Kate Rusby.
Hello!
Very nice to be here.
Yes, Kate, like myself and many other musicians that are taking part, has had a lot of gigs taken away, a lot of work taken away this year. So it's time to come together, spread a bit of happiness. And Kate's going to sing you a little song. What are you going to sing?
I'm going to sing, now I know this as the Blooming Heather. It goes by names such as The Wild Mountain Thyme, Go Lassie Go. You know the one, you do. You know it somewhere in your body. Well, we are going to sing it in this key. But sing it in any key you want. It always sounds nice, this one. Just, it needs voices to sing along, so sing along. Yes.
Please,
like this.
and please do donate where you can to all these great musicians and singers taking part. Thanks to everybody at the Duncairn. Ed?
Yeah. Just noticed he's got my capo on that I lost. There it is. Busted. Anyway, the song goes like this. Oh, the summertime is coming, and the trees are sweetly blooming, and the wild mountain thyme grows around the blooming heather. Well, ye go, I'll see go, and we'll all go together to a wild mountain thyme.
will now ask you some questions. And I got this book, nice shiny book cover, although not that you should judge a book by its cover, as well you know. How poetry can change your heart. Certainly changes my views of the world and my heart from time to time. And it's by Andrea Gibson and Megan Falley, I think is how you pronounce it. Andrea Gibson's an incredible poet. I don't know Megan. So there's 21 questions. I got this in the Museum of Irish Literature, Molloy, which is a new museum on Stephen's Green. It's a nice old spot. If you're around town, go and check it out. So I just thought these would be nice questions to ask you. Maybe you might respond to them yourselves through poetry or song or drawing or whatever. Just act as little prompts. You know, I like prompts now and again to write about things. Sometimes anyway. So yeah, if you don't like it, it'll be done in a second. So it's all good. Anyway, what were you raised to appreciate? In what ways, if any, was poetry valued in the house you grew up in? In what unique, amusing or special ways did your family interact with language? What is your favourite song lyric of all time? If you were to explain poetry to a toddler, how would you describe it? Look around. What are the 5 most beautiful things you see? The 5 most heartbreaking? What is a topic you could easily... beg your pardon, dyslexic, struggle sometimes. What is a topic you could spend an easy hour talking about? What in the universe are you most curious about? What is the 1-sentence version of your life story? What is the tiniest yet most important detail of your life? Where is the beauty in the last thing that made you cry? Where was the grief hiding in the last moment of bliss? Beg your pardon, where was the grief hiding in your last moment of bliss? Why is your favourite season your favourite season? What is your favourite word and why? I like the word lugubrious. I read it in a Christy Brown poem years ago called My Credo As of Now, or the Dunce, can't remember one of them. Lugubrious. I just like the way it was said. The way it's said, yeah. So it means to be sad or mournful. Not that I'm particularly fond of being sad or mournful or encouraging that, but I just liked the sound of the word. Alright, it stuck with me. Anyway, what was the most riveting conversation you ever had? Do you remember the last time someone put words to something you couldn't easily express? I'll say that again, sorry. Do you remember the last time someone put words to something you couldn't easily express? What is your earliest fear and what is your most recent? Describe the last time you were awestruck. If a poet were to write about one story from your life, what story would you have them tell? Why don't you tell it? Yep, you tell it. You tell your stories and maybe you'll find a bit of inspiration in some of those questions.
Why don't you tell it indeed? The work, of course, of Stephen James Smith, a great friend of the Centre and a wonderful artist who has performed for us so many times, an integral part of our artistic community here in North Belfast. A huge thanks to all of the musicians and artists who performed for us this evening. A huge thanks to all of you for tuning in and for participating in this virtual cabaret event the whole way through the month of April. Now, I mentioned at the start of the show that there might be a special announcement about the future of the virtual cabaret, but as usual, nobody in the Duncairn tells me anything. Now, I understand that Lynette Fay is the woman who holds all the secrets. Lynette?
Yes, Conor, I do indeed have all the details. So we were supposed to run this cabaret for the month of April only. And then after last week's show, we were contacted by a great fan of good music who wanted to support the virtual cabaret project in some way. So now, thanks to the sponsorship offered by lover of good music in Belfast based businessman James Conlon, who is the CEO of Niovac Audiovisual Limited. We are now in the position to continue the cabaret throughout the month of May, and there's also talk of a day-long festival. So big plans, but we still need your donations. The Duncairn.com, click on Virtual Cabaret and donate there. We've made it very, very easy for you. And thanks again to James Conlon of Inni-K Limited. He is now the official sponsor of the Duncairn Cabaret. So thanks for that, James. You have no idea how much your support is appreciated. That's it for this week, folks, and we've had a great show. We will now, thanks to Inni-K, be back next week and each week in the month of May. So we look forward to joining you while you're on your sofa on a Saturday night, or indeed if you catch up with the show at any time during the week on YouTube and Facebook. It is available to watch after the initial broadcast, which now is firmly in the diary, 8:30 on Saturday evenings. To finish tonight, earlier this week we celebrated Earth Day, and while lockdown due to coronavirus is a very, very serious situation, it has undoubtedly slowed life down, and it has allowed some time for reflection. So we leave you tonight with a very ambient, reflective piece from Gareth, Quinn, Redmond. This is called Untitled Chapter. Míle buíochas as for goidirte a nacht a chairde, go dtí an teachtain se thugainn, wain a leg go dé sibh slán.